On this day in 1957, John Divers scored on his debut for Celtic. 17-year-old John Divers was the third inside forward of that name to play for Celtic, after his father in the 1930s and an unrelated John Divers who had two spells at the club in the 1890s. The youngster had a lot to live up to that afternoon against St Mirren. As well as being the son of a club legend, he was also the grandnephew of the great Patsy Gallagher. Divers' opportunity came as a result of an injury to Bobby Collins, and he would later recall he was doubly nervous on making his debut as he was playing alongside some of his boyhood heroes who only weeks before had beaten Rangers 7-1. They lined up Beattie, Donnelly, Fallon, Fernie, Evans, Peacock, Tully, Divers, McPhail, Wilson, Mochan. Against expectations, St Mirren made a strong start, but Charlie Tully began to play his way into the game and combined well with Divers, who shot just wide after being set up by his wing partner. Divers got his career off to a flying start when he opened the scoring. Peter Hendry reported in the Evening Times of the 16th of October 1957, "Come the 22nd minute and it was a happy Divers boy. McPhail trailed the ball to the right, and when he sent over a hanging cross, Divers used his head to score his first ever Celtic goal." St Mirren equalised 4 minutes from the interval before losing their right back, Higgins, in a collision with Neil Mochan. Former St Mirren player Sammy Wilson put Celtic ahead again on 47 minutes, but after Higgins returned to the fray, they equalised again and held on for a draw, Billy McPhail being booked late on for protesting too much when the referee refused to award Celtic a penalty after a defender stopped Neil Mochan's shot on the goal line with his hand. Young Divers didn't look out of place in exalted company, Hendry writing, "Divers was playing good inside forward play and was only inches out with a 20-yard shot from a McPhail service." John Divers' Celtic career was a tale of what might have been if circumstances had been different. His development was hindered by a crippling narrowing of the arteries in both legs. He later recalled in an interview with the Herald, "I remember the surgeon brought me along to his office and put up the x-rays. I can still remember him saying to me, 'What age are you? 19? You may be 19, but your legs are 70. I have never seen anything like this on one so young. I hope you have another career.'" Dr John Fitzsimmons, the Celtic club doctor, said to me at his surgery, "That's dynamite. No one at Celtic Park is to see that." It was like going about with heavy diver's boots on my legs. "Ah, Divers is too slow," people would say. That was the reason. But, like my father said before me, far, far greater people have suffered more than I have. Despite this condition, John Divers was actually a hugely effective player for Celtic in the late 50s and into the mid-60s, during a turbulent period for the club. A clever and inventive inside forward, he scored 102 goals in 232 appearances between 1957 and 66, an impressive strike rate by any standard. He was one of a group of talented young players who gave hope for a better future in the otherwise grim early 60s, and is a part of the lineup immortalised in the still popular Celtic That's the Team for Me. He fully deserved that honour. By the time Jock Stein returned to Celtic in 1965, John Divers was finding it more difficult to hold down a place in the team, mostly due to his leg condition, and like so many players of the era, he was never to win a major honour. But one claim to fame is that he scored the very first goal of the original 9-in-a-row run, the opener in a 4-0 win at Tannadice on the 25th of August 1965. John Divers was freed in April 1966 and joined Partick Thistle later that year. A member of a very exclusive group to have scored 100 goals for Celtic, he was definitely one of the most unfortunate of Celts, but for fans who lived through that era, one of the most fondly remembered.